Guys, I am back. As before, we now have 60 woodcutting, and I also got all the anima infused bark that I need. So over 5,000. I could have had a bit more, but I stopped doing forestry events after I got the 5,000 I needed because ICBA didn't really need it at that point, so I just focused on woodcutting. Okay, so now we are going to start a bunch of questing. And it's worth mentioning that at this point in your account, because we have access to a lot of things, there's a lot of quests that you could do right now. But I'm going to try to remain focused on the ones that are actually relevant to the next upcoming goal, which is Guardians of the Rift. But if you want to, you can do a lot of quests, and I have a little quest order that I'm planning to do that I've mapped out, and hopefully... Oh, shit. Oh, I see, I already messed up. I'm supposed to grab my cash stack first, but we'll make it work. So, I've even already messed up. I need to go grab my cash stack, and then I'll come back. I can use the canoe transport to get back, so it's no big deal. But we have a lot of quests you can do, and hopefully this quest order makes sense, and I can go through it without issues. But if I need to add something, I will. So if the quest order I do is a little bit different than what's on the page for you guys, that's probably why. Hey guys, just gonna jump in here, and for any of those not even very eagle-eyed people, you notice that I'm not even censoring my bank pin. That is because I decided to just go ahead and leave the bank pin uncensored the entire time, and I have changed it. So in the videos, the bank pin is 6820, but you will now see that that is not the correct bank pin on my account. So don't worry, that is what I did intentionally. Anyway, let's get back to it. Okay, grab my coins. Out from there. Okay, pop my hat on. I take the hat off to do the intro because you can't really see my face very well, you know, with the hat on, but it looks swag from up here. Okay, so now we got our coins. Now you would home teleport. Because I just wasted my home teleport, I'm instead going to take the canoe transport, which actually gives me a quick opportunity to mention this to you. That, you know what, I could have actually just used that, you know, it's funny. But we actually have access to the Waka canoe now, that you got your woodcutting up to, I believe 57 is the requirement. So anytime you want to get to the Feryx Enclave and you don't have your minigame teleport available, you can Chronicle teleport here to the canoe, and then take the canoe up to the Feryx Enclave. I'm pretty sure we can go all the way up there with the Waka canoe. So that's a pretty convenient thing to have access to now. That's one of the many reasons we decided to do woodcutting at this point. The actual main reason that we did woodcutting so early is simply to get the woodcutting requirement for the Lost City quest, because it has, I think, level 37 woodcutting. I figured that if we're doing woodcutting, we might as well do all the woodcutting we need. So you could have actually stopped there and whatnot, but that's, you know, efficient way to do it. If we were going to do the effort of getting the axe and set up, we might as well go all the way. So now we're going to come over here and buy ourselves some runes. This is why we unlocked this shop, so that now we can very easily, I'm going to buy 100 law runes. I think that'll be plenty. And then we're going to buy the other runes. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to the axe for now. I don't think, I mean, it gives me access to the canoe transport, so it is quite handy to have on me. So I'll go ahead and do that rather than dropping it and carrying around a staff. Oh, I also want some runes. Oh, I actually will want the death runes, so I'll go ahead and buy those from Aubrey. So yeah, so what we will do actually is go to Varrock, because we're going to Varrock anyway, and I'm going to buy myself a Staff of Air, because we will want some of this, and we will want the death runes for some attacking, for some killing things in the upcoming future, I believe. So we might as well knock that out now. So we can just keep that adamant axe in inventory. If I need the space, I'll go ahead and drop it at some point, because now that we have 60 woodcutting, you don't need it. Hopefully 250 is going to be plenty. If I need more, I'll come back. But there we go. We're now set up for questing. I can get rid of... I'll hold on to the air runes, because we need them for Lost City. So if I end up needing the inventory space, I'll get rid of them. But actually it could save us a trip, because you can't bring the air staff to Enshana, but you can bring the air runes. so we might as well grab that, but if I need it, that's okay. Alright, so now we're going to start off with some Varlamore questing, and this is to get us our crafting. As I said, the whole goal is set up for Guardians of the Rift, and in order to do Guardians of the Rift, we want to have access to the Cosmic Altar and the Law Altar, so that's the high level goal here. And we also need 41 mining because we want to have access to a rune pickaxe. So that's kind of, you know, if you're wondering what's going on, that's what we're doing. We're completing Children of the Sun, and then we're going to do Death on the Isle to get ourselves some early crafting experience. And then from there, we'll be able to do the Elemental Workshop quests, and I believe that that will give us the crafting level required to do Lost City. So we'll be good to go. We'll also complete some other quests along the way. I'm going to do the dig site so that you get your early mining experience and, you know, get a boost there because we'll need mining to do Guardians of the Rift. And you might as well get that bunch of mining experience. Now that we have teleports, the dig site is a reasonable quest to obtain. Without teleports, it's kind of annoying to do, so I wanted to wait until we had teleports to do it. We'll also need to do Black Knight's Fortress and then Recruitment Drive because the dig site requires level 10 herb lore, and in order to do that we get Recruitment Drive for the herb lore experience. We'll knock out the starting a recipe for disaster because after you complete the dig site you get the certificate voucher, which you can get a fruit blast, so you might as well knock out that quest right quick. And then what else do I have on my list? We also need the Troll Stronghold and Death Plateau quests, which we are doing now because we trained agility, and since we trained agility we should have access to all of those shortcuts, and we can get through the Troll Stronghold without bypassing those troll throwers on the top, and we don't have protection prayers, so we can't really easily get past them. But because we have the agility shortcut, we should be able to bring some food and get past them without too much issue. A little trick here, you can go through this. So, and then after that we'll do Enter the Abyss, Temple of the Eye, complete the Varrock Easy Diary, and get ourselves a rune pouch. And by the end of this section we should have everything we need to do the Guardians of the Rift grind. I can stay right there. So I think that's enough rambling. If you guys have an overview of what the plan is, hopefully it all makes sense and it doesn't it all works out as I expect, and then we will just keep going through it all. So good luck and enjoy the show, because this will be a little bit of questing for quite a while. Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here real quick and give a status update. You know, we are moving along. You are maturing, little Ultimate Ironman growthlings growing up into full-fledged Ultimate Ironman, and now it is time to take on your own responsibility, and that will mean we are going to be starting to cut a lot of the quest footage out. We're just going to go to more like you'd see in a traditional OSRS video, where I'm just going to show kind of the end of the quests and montage them or something like that, because you don't need to see every single quest. If I do that for a quest, if there's something that's shown and it's just the end of it without much more detail, that means I am assuming that you can plug that quest into the quest helper, plug in, get the items that you need. It'll tell you what items you need. You should be able to do them in the order that's shown in the videos, so you can figure that out. If you have any questions or concerns, I mean, I guess you can Google it, but I think these quests are pretty straightforward. So anyway, just wanted to talk about that and enjoy the little montage. Okay, guys, so we just finished up Black Knight's Fortress, and we are doing recruitment drive. I went and started the quest while I was there. But we are going to do what's called death piling. This is, I think, the first time we do this in this guide, and it's pretty straightforward. In order to complete recruitment drive, we have to have a completely empty inventory. So in order to do that, we're going to die, and that's going to keep all of our items on the ground for an hour. And this is a very critical thing to know about Ultimate Iron Man, so it's a pretty valuable skill. I like this spot here by the Draenor Jail. You can pick those nettles in order to die more quickly and just die over here. Later on, you can also go downstairs to the... if you start Lost Tribe and go downstairs to that area underneath, then you can go get eaten by insects. That's another way to die. Especially if you have a rock cake or something, you can die more quickly. But the point is that you're going to be able to put all of your items on the ground for an hour. They will stay there. You can pick them up on any world, and the timer only runs whenever you're logged in. That's a nice change, because in the past you had to go back on the same world that you died on, and it had to be, like, it was an hour of real time, not an hour of in-game time logged in. So now we have an empty inventory. In this situation, you can grab the runes. I'm gonna go ahead and risk it for the biscuit here, because I feel like I don't feel like having to walk over there. So I'm gonna grab the runes required to do follower teleport, and I think that I can complete the quest fast enough. So in order to do this, we're gonna come over and start recruitment drive, and it's up here. Now that I teleport up here, I'm gonna go ahead and save all the run energy I can get real quick. I'm going to put these items on a table. This is also an important mechanic. It's also an opportunity to show you this mechanic. Whenever you drop an item on the ground, it only stays for a couple minutes. But when you put an item on a table, then the items stay on the table much longer. It should be up to 10 minutes rather than like 2 or 3 minutes for on the ground. So now all my runes here should be there much longer. So I'm logged in for a bit over an hour and 33 minutes. So if I get back before, it should be an hour and 43 minutes or so, I'll be able to get my law runes, get my runes back. If I don't end up getting back in time, I'll just go buy some more. But I should be able to complete this quest in under that amount of time. So we're going to come over here and complete recruitment drive real quick. This will give us the level 10 herb lord we need to complete the dig site. So good luck. Okay, guys, we now completed Enter the Abyss, and we'll go onward to complete Temple of the Eye. Now, you will need a little bit of extra runecraft experience, because you're only level 9. So in order to do that, we're going to make one quick trip to the Orania altar. It won't take too long. Make sure, I don't know if this comes with essence in it, it does not. So we're also going to use this small pouch to restore, to give us some essence. So make sure that when you're at the Orania altar, you don't use up your essence in this pouch, because you will need it for the quest when you're making your earth runes later. But we're going to go ahead and just quickly mine an inventory of pure essence, and then that will give us the level we need. Just one level is just fine. And then we'll continue on with the quest. Okay, guys, so now that we're here in the Abyss, don't just leave. We are going to exit through the Earth altar. Where is it? There it is, the Earth Rift. I'll double check here that is the correct one, because we need to craft some Earth essence, Earth runes. So we're gonna exit through the Earth Rift. Oh, we gotta empty this. And there you go. That allows you to do this step without needing a Earth Talisman. Very convenient indeed. Alright, we're gonna continue on with the quest. Hey there, guys. So if you noticed in that last clip, I actually just finished the Varrock Easy Diary there, and that's because I'd actually already done all the other steps. However, for you, I'm going to recommend that you just go ahead and do the Varrock Easy Diary steps now, right after you complete the Temple of the Eye quest. I think it makes more sense to flow it that way, rather than having partially completed it ahead of time and then finish it. So once you're done with Temple of the Eye, complete all of the steps from the Varrock Easy Diary. It doesn't take that long, it's easy to do, and then you'll be caught up with where I'm at. Okay? Okay, guys, we just finished up the Temple of the Eye quest, which is very convenient. So now we will set up for Guardians of the Rift. And this will be a hefty grind, but not crazy bad. But we're going to go to 65 or so runecraft, so that you're able to hopefully get enough pearls for the Ring of Elements, and you'll stop there, because after that you will be able to craft death runes, and you'll want to wait till after you've done Mornings in part 2. So real quick though, we need to grab the Varrock armor, which I can do. I guess I need to equip this. We're going to go ahead and get set up real quick, and then I'll cut it from there. I believe we go here and talk to this guy. So this armor is important because it gives you more oh, we already got it. I don't need 2 of these. It gives you more shards. It gives you a chance to get extra shards while you're mining, so that's why we went ahead and knocked that out. We can do this. Doesn't really matter what we put on. I guess I'll put it on strength, because why not? Get a little bit of strength experience doesn't really hurt. And we'll put our hat, and then we can wield that. We can get rid of all these things. I don't really care. I'll sell it to the shop. I'll sell my death runes to the shop. Just make a bit of money back. There you go. I can drop those. I don't even think they sell for anything. And then we've got ourselves a chisel. And oh, we need to get a rune pouch. So the last thing on the agenda is to knock out that rune pouch. And that will be a little bit of a grind, but I'm going to go ahead and teleport to Clan Wars. And once you're done with the Clan Wars, you're going to get the rune pouch from LMS. And we have our level 750 total level. We're well past that at this point, so we're good to go. And I'm also going to deposit my coins, since of course we won't need that for this grind. And when we come back, we will start Guardians of the Rift. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Okay, guys, I am back. I just got my rune pouch. Well, I just got the points for the rune pouch, so we're gonna grab it. So I have 77 points real quick. We're gonna go ahead and grab it. There we go. Locked in. I now have a rune pouch. Okay, and that is all we need for Guardians of the Rift. That took me a couple hours of LMS. I'm not the best, but you know, I can usually get a kill. Won a handful of games. Let's see what my record looks like. Oh, let's see how it was. I got 4 wins, 40 kills, 37 games played, so not too bad, not too great, but you know, I did alright. Account check. Do you give a lamp now? You do give a lamp. Okay. Herblore experience. Sure, why not? Okay, so now we are going to teleport to the Guardians of the Rift. There it is. We should have this minigame teleport unlocked. There we go. And pretty simply, we're going to do Guardians of the Rift all the way to 65 rune crafting. And hopefully that will give us the pearls we need for the Ring of Elements. And if we don't, then we'll have to keep going. Probably make a clip at 50 because then we can get the next pouch upgrade. So we'll use the searches. We won't do any searches until we get the next pouch upgrade. We can use that to get the pouch and then go on from there. So I don't think I need to explain how to do Guardians of the Rift. I think there's tons of guides out there already. The only thing to note is that you can use the early game Guardians to make crafting experience. If you make the Guardians at the start of the round to give 80 crafting experience, it's quite a bit of crafting experience for this level. I might do it. I'm not sure how much I'll do it. I'll kind of play around with it, but you can get a lot of crafting experience that way, and it's something you might be worth considering. Other than that, you're going to watch any guide you want, do any method you want for Guardians of the Rift, and we'll see you back then. Hello guys, welcome back. I am now done with level 50 runecraft here at the Guardians of the Rift. Also been doing a lot of crafting, got level 40 crafting. I'll probably make a clip of what I'm doing here in a little bit, but you can actually make these Guardians between rounds and get an extra 400 crafting experience per round, and it really adds up. And also making a priority to craft the Guardians whenever you get the chance rather than using your cells elsewhere. So it really adds up in that crafting experience to be quite nice. But anyway, we're going to now search the rewards Guardian in order to get the large pouch. We should be able to get access to it now that we have the level 50 runecraft. Just search it until you get it, and that's good to go. We are also going to try and get enough pearls. Oh, there it is. So that's all we need. We don't need to go a lot because we don't want to hold on to a lot of things. I'm not even holding on to the cosmic runes. When I get to law runes, I'll probably hold on to law runes, and nature runes and fire runes are just the most common thing that I go to, so I'm putting in there. I don't really care about the chaos runes or the cosmic runes because they're so cheap, but you could go for them if you want. It's not a big deal, but we're not going to be using them too much because death runes are better for the blast spells while requesting and everything, so I'm not really too worried about it. But anyway, that's about it. We're going to go ahead and go in here. I guess I won't. Oh, actually, perfect timing because I can actually come in here. So now we need to also unlock the ability to repair our pouches. That cost 25 pearls, which I just happened to get, so I got a pretty good pull there. And now we should be able to unlock the ability. And this is how we're going to repair your pouches. I didn't bother trying to repair them, the medium pouch, on the way to level 50. It didn't make a huge difference. So now I have some here. Whenever I run out of these pearls, I'll just go ahead and pull a couple more searches until I get the pearls I need. But we're going to continue on here and onward and so forth. Good luck, guys. Okay, guys, I wanted to make a little clip here real quick to show you the crafting thing that I've been doing between rounds. I've been doing this every time, but I think it's pretty good. You can make these Guardians at the end of the round, and you get the weak cell, and you just go back and forth here, and you make them. And this doesn't really impact everything because it's just between rounds, but you still get the crafting and the rune crafting experience for it. And if you're tick perfect, you can actually get 5 Guardians in before it stops letting you make Guardians. And that's an extra 400 crafting experience and, 150 rune craft experience. There we go, so we just got that one in. and that really adds up. I have been doing some of that. I'm level 45 crafting at this point. You can see I'm on my way to 61 runecraft, but it's pretty good. I've been debating on whether or not it's better to do this method with the crafting versus starting in the portal at the end of the round, and I'm actually kind of leaning towards just starting here doing the crafting because you get a lot of experience for that, and it really adds up versus doing the starting in the tunnel in the side area. But I think this might be worth it. But you can do either one you want. Also, you can see there I can make the wall at the start to get an extra 17 points of each type. It's a pretty good amount, but it's also optional. But I just want to show this to you in case you wanted to do it. All right. Okay, guys, welcome back. I have now just finished up level 65 Runecraft. It's technically Runecraft, not Rune Crafting. Even though everybody says Rune Crafting. But I am going to do my searches. I made it 187, perfect of each point. It's actually a little bit fewer than you might get because I was a dirty minor AFKer for a while. I had to work on my homework. I'm actually working on getting a master's degree in systems engineering, which, if you know anything about systems engineering, what that is, you probably won't surprise you at all that I'm making the guide for this because it kind of fits right into what I do at work. But anyway, we're going to search these pulls, and hopefully I get 180, or not 180, 400 points. And we go from there. Okay, guys. Well, I just got the lantern. Uh, on less than 100 searches. Ah, man. Okay. So I thought about what you might do if you got the lantern right. I can't believe I actually got the damn lantern. Um, Let me clear this stuff out. Let me open this pouch. Well, okay. So the lantern is really awkward. We Now, it's probably good for me because it's insurance that I can make sure I get the number of pearls I need if I want to turn it in. But here's the deal. You can't store the lantern anywhere. It's really obnoxious because you can't store it anywhere. You have to hold on to it. It's untradeable. Luckily, you can equip it in your offhand slot, which isn't a super well-used slot, at least at this point in the game. But it's kind of awkward because it's super rare, and let me see how rare it is. I'm curious real quick. Yeah, it's a 1 in 700. That's what I thought. Okay, so you don't really want to get rid of it. I mean, you can, but if you want to come back to Guardians of the Rift in the future, you're probably going to want the lantern. So you can hold on to it. If you want to just keep it, you can, and then come back to Guardians of the Rift. You'll probably want to try to get that Mornings in Part 2 done sooner rather than later. We're going to be going to it. It's not going to be, like we're terribly out of the way as far as following the guide, so you can mostly follow the guide, I imagine. But once you get to Guardians of the Rift, or once you get to Mornings in Part 2, you might come back to Guardians of the Rift and get a lot of your Guardians of the Rift done that you might want to earlier than the guide might suggest, because you want to use up your lantern, whatever use you want to get out of it. I'm not honestly sure, like, should you go all the way to 99 rune crafting? Probably not, I feel like. I mean, because you really want the divine rune pouch. It's super awkward to get right now because you want the divine rune pouch before you go to 99 runecraft, but then you'd be trucking around this lantern for a really long time. So I'm gonna have to think more on it, but and I might just turn it in, because for this account specifically, if I don't get 400 pearls here, I'm gonna go and keep searching. If I don't get the 400 pearls I need, then I might just turn in the damn lantern. Oh my god, I got the needle too. What next? Oh my god. What next? I'm gonna get 3 dyes, 100 searches. This is crazy. Okay, so the needle is easy. That one is really good because you can actually get the needle back. So I can drop the needle, and I don't even need to hold on to it because I've gotten it. I guess I'll keep it just to make sure I don't need to show it to somebody. I'll look at the wiki. But I'm pretty sure you can just drop it now that you've gotten it. You don't need to hold on to that one. That one's really nice to get. And I think they're actually changing it so you can make the colossal pouch early and use it, so it won't hold as much as it normally would, but I think you can do that, so that would be nice. Um, so we'll see how what we end up with in the last 80 searches here, and we'll go from there. Hey guys, I'm gonna jump in here a little bit real quick and talk about the Abyssal Lantern a bit more. There'll be some awkward cuts because of this. I had to cut out some of me talking and whatnot, but I've actually changed my thoughts on the Abyssal Lantern. I originally didn't think it was worth holding on to at all because of the inventory slot it's going to take up, but after going through things and seeing how it plays out, I think that there is an argument to hold on to the lantern, but only if you're going to make it your focus and you are actually dedicated to coming back to Guardians of the Rift, because the lantern is quite nice and it is a decent upgrade. And going from 65 to 77, you kind of have two options with it. You can try and hold on to it and get Mornings in Part 2 done and go from 65 to 77 and then discard it there and just call that good for your rune crafting. Maybe you go to like 80 or something, a little bit past there, but you don't want to really do much more because you won't have the blood runes unlocked. So maybe just go until you get the outfit or something. But then the other option is post 77, and that's completing Sins of the Father, possibly doing the Divine Rune Pouch from Beneath Cursed Sands and TOA. So that's a much larger task, and I'm not so sure that it's worth holding on to the lantern that long. But perhaps if you wanted to make that your primary focus and really aim towards getting those done, and you are intending to do a very long Guardians of the Rift grind afterwards, so you're not just going to hold on the lantern and go to 77 to 80 or something, but you're really going to stick it with the Guardians of the Rift grind, then maybe it might be worth holding on to. However, I realistically think that for a lot of people, you might be better off just going 65 to 77 and then discarding it, and then you're free to get 70 Sins of the Father done and those other ones in your own time, and then you can come back when you're fully ready and you'll just get another lantern eventually. It is a repeatable drop. You can get it again, and if you really need to, you can get the pearls again to pay for it. So that's just my thoughts on it in the current moment, and we're going to go ahead and continue on. So we're going to go ahead and sell it. I think you just use it on this person. And okay, how do I don't actually know how to sell it. Okay, guys, I was blind. There's an option right here. I'd like to allow us to, no, not that one. I'd like to sell you something from the reward script. There we go. Okay, we got ourselves some pearls, and then I'll go ahead and sell the dye as well because I don't need it. The dyes are kind of special because they're really difficult to work with. If you're trying to get, in order to get a full set of dyed gear, you have to get all of them, all the pieces in one go, or you store them in your house. So it is doable, but it is kind of annoying to get the full set, because if you don't get a full set of one color, then and then you can't actually change the colors. I think you can like right click and have it change colors. So you need 4 dyes, and you get 4 outfit pieces that are all the same color, so you can store it in your house and pull it out, because they are each different sets. So you can't like mix and match the different sets. Okay, so we got the pearls we need. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in by the Ring of Elements. We have the ring. There we go, locked in on the account. This is really awesome, and I'm just gonna have to stomach the fact that I didn't get the Death Talisman or the Catalytic Tiara. I actually would have preferred to get that over the Lantern, obviously, because the Lantern doesn't do much for me. But I'm gonna have to do the 50 items. I think it's gonna be obnoxious, but I'll get through it. One thing also to note is that I didn't leave myself any searches, and I realized that afterwards while I was doing that thing, is you want to actually leave some searches here at the Rewards Guardian when you leave, so that when you come back, you'll be able to get these pouches back. And I don't really care about it because I'm not planning to come back to Guardians of the Rift, but for you, you do care about it because eventually you'll want to come back here. I'd leave yourself, 40 or so searches. I think it's a 1 in 9 drop for the pouch. So, maybe like 30 or 40 pouches. Searches is fine. You're pretty likely to get your pouches back, and if you don't, you can just do some games until you get them. Okay, guys, with that, I am going to go ahead and call it an episode. We are now done with Guardians of the Rift, and in the next one, we'll go over what we're doing with everything and all the loot and how everything we go from there, do some prayer. So we'll cover that next time, and hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you later.